Hello everyone. I wanted to make a review video about the Surfans f28 portable high-res music player because there's a few reviews about it up on YouTube, but when I was considering buying it, I had some questions that none of those reviews answered. So I thought I would make my own video and answer some of those questions in case some of you out there have the same questions about it that I did. But I bought this to replace the FIO X5 second generation, which there was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't broken. It's just I'd been using it for years and I wanted something new. So I got this to replace that. And I've been using it for a few months now, and it has really good sound quality. I mean, really good. It sounds great, especially for something that I got it on sale. I paid around 125, something like that, around $125. Normally it goes for about 165, but for that price, it sounds really, really good. And so some of the questions I had before I bought it that I couldn't really find any answers to were, number one, how powerful was the internal amp? Was I going to need a headphone amp in order to power my Sennheiser 150 ohm HD6 mix headphones? And the answer is no. The internal amp in this, when the gain is set to high, does a great job of powering these 150 ohm Sennheiser headphones. Now, that being said, the volume on this goes up to 100. When I'm using my 150 ohm headphones, I have to put the volume up to between 85 and 90, depending on what I'm listening to. So if you want to use anything above 150 ohms, like if you want to use some really power hungry, like 300 ohm headphones, something like that, this might not do the job on its own without a external headphone amp connected to it. So, but yeah, if you're using 150 ohm or under, you definitely don't need a headphone amp with this. Even the bass, like I know a lot of headphone amps have bass boost on them. You don't need it. This does a more than adequate job when it comes to bass. So yeah, 150 ohm headphones with this on its own, you're good. You don't need anything else. Another question I had is, with a lot of these players on higher sample rates, the EQ is disabled. And that is the case with this player. If you're listening to something with a sample rate above 48, the equalizer is disabled. That's a lot of these portable players have that issue. It's just the way it is, but you really don't need it with high-res music on here. I mean, if you're listening to something with a sample rate of 88 or 96 or 192, it sounds great. But if that is an issue for you, if you want to be able to use an equalizer with very high-res, very high-quality music, anything above a sample rate of 48, then this isn't for you, because the EQ is disabled with anything that has a sample rate above 48. I'm going to turn it on here. Now, this does have a coaxial connection, but the way it does it is a little weird. You need a cable that has USB-C to coaxial, which they do sell on Amazon. They're a little pricey, but they do sell them on Amazon. But if you want to hook this up to a home receiver that has a coaxial input, then you're going to need one of those cables. You're going to need one of those USB-C to coaxial cables to do that. All right, now the software on here, I think this is a flaw in the software. I'm not sure, but if you go under My Music, then you could see it has all the playlists there. It has your playlists, it has your favorites, all that kind of stuff. Then when you go under playlist, then it has your music, your albums, your artists, genre, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's supposed to be the other way around. I think this is supposed to be under My Music and this is supposed to be under playlists. It's not a big deal, but I just thought I would point it out. It really doesn't matter to me because I just search for all my music by folder anyway. So yeah, and I haven't used Bluetooth on this, but I've heard in other reviews that it sounds really, really good. But like I said, I haven't used it, so I'm not sure. This will play anything you throw at it. It plays everything: MP3, AAC, Apple Lossless, FLAC, DSD, WAVE, AIFF, it'll play pretty much, and it will even read the tags on WAV files. If you have a program that can tag WAV files, like I use Sony Media Go, which is a pretty old program, but it's a really good program, then this will read the tags on the WAV files that Media Go will put on them. Media Go is, I think they stopped supporting it around 2016 and replaced it with Media Center. But Media Go is a much better program than Media Center, so I always keep that setup file stored somewhere whenever I get a new PC, so that I could put Media Go, because it's a great program for music. It really is much better than Media Center. So yeah, I guess that's about it. That's all the questions that I had about it that I couldn't really find answers to. But for the price point, it's a very good player. I use this as a secondary player. I like to have a secondary player. My main player is a Sony portable music player, and I like to have something as a secondary player, because you know, sometimes you get tired. As good of a device as my Sony is, sometimes you get tired of using the same thing, and you want to switch it up a little bit. Or sometimes you just want to put certain music onto a player. Like on my Sony, I have my entire music collection on there. Sometimes I like to just put certain music on it, on another player, rather than having my whole collection. And yeah, that's what I use this for. So yeah, hopefully I answered some questions that you had about it. If I didn't, ask me in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about this player. Thanks for watching.